What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JAYPAT back again with another video, and it is a great Monday. I am excited right now. The Chiefs just punched their ticket to Super Bowl against the Niners. We were on our way there. Whoo! All the doubters. We were the underdogs going up against this historic Ravens defense. I'm gonna get into it plenty. Don't worry. But yeah, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be going through both the conference championship games, kind of recapping my thoughts on both of the games, and then predicting the Super Bowl. Holy shit. I'm just going to get straight to it. First off, Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. We take the dub 17-10, a close nail-biter, a big defensive match. Patrick Mahomes, 30 for 39, very efficient game from him, 241 yards and 1 touchdown. Pacheco with 24 carries, 68 yards, a touchdown. And Kelsey with 11 receptions for 116 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice with 8 receptions for 46. MVS with 2 receptions for 38. Lamar went 20 for 37. Not as efficient as you would like if you're a Ravens fan. 272, a touchdown and an interception. He had 8 carries for 54 yards on the ground. They didn't run the ball a lot. Zay Flowers had 5 receptions for 115 yards and a touchdown. Odell Beckham only had 3 receptions for 22 yards. Yeah, so first thoughts of the game. A very efficient first half for our offense. We went up and down the field, draining clock. It was a very, very good first half, specifically for Travis Kelce with some big-time catches. I mean, he had some catches that looked like he was 10 years younger. Like he was he was 24 again. He had that diving catch on third down. With Mahomes with the sidearm throw. Kelsey laid it out all on the line in that one. MVS had some big-time catches, and MVS is getting a lot of hate this year, but you cannot deny the fact that he's turned it up a notch. Same with Kelsey. They've turned it up a notch in the playoffs. Our offense looks a lot better. Mahomes with a pretty good game. I wouldn't say he carried the team, but he was probably the best player on the field at this day. Pacheco had an all-right day. No interceptions and no turnovers, no interceptions, and no penalties on our offense has been the game changer, in my opinion. That is making it seem like we're playing a lot better, but it's really just cleaning up the little stuff that has made our team very more efficient. And I can't talk enough about this defense. This defense is different, man. This defense. You can say all you want about the offense, but we don't get to the Super Bowl this year without this defense playing the way they are playing. You cannot deny it. Without Willie Gay, one of our better players, a really speedy linebacker, and the game plan was just let's make them a passing team. Let's make Lamar let's make their offense pass the ball more than they like to. And that's what Ravens offense did. It was a beautiful game plan by Spags. Zay Flowers had a pretty big game, but limited a lot of explosive plays from that offense. Likely was quiet. OBJ was quiet. Lamar did have a huge game on the ground running the ball. As much as I want to give the Chiefs all the credit for winning this game, it really comes down to a lot of big mistakes from the Ravens. And when you talk about the couple big drops. You got the Flowers fumble on the goal line, which would have tied up the game. That was a huge play. They were going in to score. That was a momentum breaker right there from our defense there. Lamar didn't look great this game. He looked like he was overthrowing a lot of balls. He seemed relaxed but a little uneasy, if that makes any sense. They weren't running the ball at all, which doesn't make any sense when we're the best running team in the regular season. I mean, their defense played good enough to keep them in the game, but in the end, Lamar didn't do enough to put his team past the hump. You could say that's the defense. You could say that's just Lamar being under pressure in the moment. But you got to give props to our defense. You got to give props to Kelsey. You got to give props to Andy Reid. We did it again. This is the and I did make a video before the playoffs started, and I did not think we were gonna make it this far. Is it bad? Is it a bad? Am I a bad fan for doubting us? I thought I was just being realistic, and I don't think any. You could ask any Chief fan in the middle of the season when we're going through our bad struggles on offense, are they going to go to the Super Bowl? And I think the majority would bet no. That's just the way the season was looking, with how strong some of the AFC teams were looking as well. But I think two things: our defense has continued to play strong and played even better in the playoffs, and then our offense has limited turnovers. And holding calls and flags. I think those two things are a huge reason why we're in this position that we are, and we have a chance to go for 3 rings in the span of 5 years, and it's against a team that we got our first one off of with Patrick Mahomes obviously as the quarterback. I'm looking forward to it. I almost was gonna go down to Kansas City to watch this game like I did last year, but I didn't end up doing that. I'm definitely gonna go to the parade if we win. But yeah, I had it was a great game. And here's my reaction to us winning the game. I had lost a bet. I didn't really lose the bet. It was like all in good fun, But I did a bet with my dad, and this is what happened. So take a look.
Go Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl!
Woo!
Well, you did more than what we supposed
And in the NFC, Detroit Lions at the San Francisco 49ers in a big-time game, a big game for the Lions franchise, a big game for their history, never making it to a Super Bowl. This was their chance to finally make it to one. And the Niners took the dub 34-31. Jared Goff was 25 for 41 for 273 yards and a touchdown, so, pretty good game. Montgomery with 15 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. Laporta with 9 receptions for 97 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs with 12 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown. Amon-Ra with 7 receptions for 87 yards. Brock Purdy was 20 for 31 for 267, a touchdown and an interception. So an all-right game. You wish you could get more out of that, but unfortunately not. Christian McCaffrey with 20 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell with 4 carries for 7 yards and a touchdown. Debo with 8 receptions for 89 yards, no touchdowns. Ayuk with 3 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown. All right, well, Niners make it back to the Super Bowl, and this is a game where the Lions had a 24-7 lead. I think going into the middle of the third quarter, they had all the momentum. Their offense was unstoppable. Goff looked like confident. Their offense looked great. Amon-Ra, Montgomery, and everyone's talking about the coaching of the Lions going for it on these 4th downs, which, if you think about it, they've been doing that all year. You shouldn't be surprised if they're going for it on these 4th and 2nd, 4th and 3rds. It's a big time game, I don't think you can expect Dan Campbell to just go away from how he's been winning all year. I don't think it's the reason they lost the game was losing out on these 4th down conversions. And if you think about it, you go back to the replays, they should have honestly converted on a couple of these 4th downs. That you had that ball where it hit the Lions safety in the helmet or the chest and then bounced. Ayuk dived for it, caught it, got him down to like the 1 or 2 yard line. Then Ayuk ended up scoring that same possession. That was right there, was a momentum changer right there. That's a big time momentum swinger, and the Niners kind of just took over from there. Montgomery got involved. Then I think the Lions went for it. Another 4th down, lost it. Gave the Niners good field position. I think McCaffrey scored a touchdown. But the Lions had this game. They had this game in the bag. They tried to make a comeback towards the end. It just wasn't enough time. They ran the ball on, I think it was 2nd and 1. Then had to call a timeout, which then They did end up getting the touchdown, and they had to go for the onside kick because they only had 2 timeouts, and it was under 2 minutes, so they didn't get that 2-minute warning as a timeout. So, yeah, I mean, this is, if you're gonna face a team like the Niners, you have to get them down and kill them. You can't just get that one punch and then expect them not to get back up. The Niners are a great team. They got great coaching. They're gonna get back up and fight to the end. It's one of those teams where you have to punch them, make sure they're down. It's a W season for the Lions, though. I don't think a lot of people expect them to make it this far. They're going to be good for a few years, a bunch of years. They probably make it back to this same position in the next few years. I mean, you got the Eagles there. You got, obviously, the Niners are still going to be good. Packers look up and coming. Rams are going to be, like, it's definitely tough. But the Lions have the recipe and the guys to come back to this position. I think they will. It definitely sucks because they wanted to make their first ever Super Bowl appearance. But they gave it all they had, you know. They were this close to going to a Super Bowl. But yeah, like I said, the Niners, great game, great dub. It's a great team. They continue year to year, make it to these NFC championships, make it to the Super Bowl. They seem to be good every year, and that's a testament to their coaching and the way they draft. They draft so fucking good. They draft so good. They get player after player, meaningful players. You know, I mean, obviously having Debo there helps a lot. Debo's one of those players that just helps your team win in the end. And then getting McCaffrey in that trade or in the middle of the season a couple years ago, that's a huge player to get in the middle of the season. That just changed. They went from a team that could potentially make it to the Super Bowl to a team that is the favorite to make it to the Super Bowl every year. That's how good of a player McCaffrey is. He's the best running back in the league. Niners make it back to the Super Bowl, and here we go. Super Bowl, let's go. And it's a rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl, Chiefs and Niners. It feels like deja vu. I feel like I just remember this being the Super Bowl back in 2020. Obviously, these teams are not the exact same as they were in 2020, but there's a lot of players that are still there. You got Kelsey, you got Kittle, you got Mahomes, Debo, you know, Warner on defense with Greenlaw. Like there's a lot of players still there. And I think out of the gates, I think the Niners will be the favorites just because of the, you know, being the 1 seed and having. I just don't understand how people continue to doubt Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. They're the 2 of the greatest to ever do it, and you're just giving them more fire, you're giving them more motivation. Like they don't care that you guys are doubting them. They don't care that you guys are making them the underdog. They could care less. They're using that as fuel. They're using that as motivation, inspiration to make it one more, you know? You know, obviously the game was yesterday, so initial thoughts on the Super Bowl. I have a couple weeks to decide what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the Chiefs. I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. Is it going to be tough? Obviously, it's a Super Bowl. It's not going to be easy. Do I believe in us? Obviously, I believe in us. I think when you have a Hall of Fame quarterback and a Hall of Fame tight end and a Hall of Fame coach, you have to believe us. Do I believe in Purdy down the stretch in a big game like this? He's kind of proven it already in the playoffs that he can come back, that he can do that last 2-minute drive in the fourth quarter. Does our defense match up with their offense? I mean, I like the matchups. I don't know who's going to be on Kittle. I mean, is Willie Gay going to be back? Hopefully. Who's in a matchup with Debo? Probably be Snead. I like that matchup a lot. By the way, Snead is... I got to keep saying this. Snead has got snubbed from a Pro Bowl this year. It's a fucking crime. It's a federal crime that he got snubbed from a Pro Bowl. Like, come on, guys. Debo and McCaffrey really scare me. Like, their offenses, they have no weaknesses. It scares me. Like, if we didn't have a defense that we have, I would be, like, so fucking scared right now. But we haven't been a great run defense all year. They're going to have to be, because I think the Niners are going to run the ball a shit ton with McCaffrey. Do we force them to pass the ball? I don't know if we'll do that. It's interesting, though. Like I said, I love this. I love Snead. Snead on Debo, I love that a lot. They're probably going to try to get deal with the ball in some creative ways, like some trick plays, some flea flicker play. They got the jet motion. Who knows? They're gonna do some crazy shit to get Debo the ball because he's magic when he gets the ball. So our defense is gonna have to be just everywhere because their offense is crazy. McCaffrey can catch the ball like a receiver. Debo can run the ball like a running back. Kittle just does everything. They got Ayuk. You can't forget about Ayuk. McDuffie will probably be on Ayuk. I don't know. Will they put Snead on Ayuk and then McDuffie on Debo? I don't know. But how does their defense match up against our offense? Their defense has proven to be a little shaky at times, giving up 20-plus points to the Packers, giving up 31 to the Lions. I don't know. I respect their defense a lot. I think they're a great fucking defense. I don't know about their secondary. Their secondary is a little shaky. I think they have a great defensive line and great linebackers. I don't know about their secondary though. I think we should definitely expose that. Getting Kelsey the ball in the middle. Fred Warner will probably be on Kelsey a lot. I think that's a good matchup for them, but you can't double team. I mean, you can't put anyone on Kelsey. He's gonna find a way to get the ball. He's gonna find a way to get open. Pacheco's gonna have to have a big game. Like, it's a tough match, but every game in the playoffs has been tough for us. We played the Dolphins, the hot fucking Dolphins offense with Tyreek. We played a very tough Bills team. People don't think about that. That Bills team definitely could have made it to the Super Bowl, I think. If Bills beat us and played the Ravens, I think the Bills could have won that game against the Ravens. Like, I'm telling you guys, that Bills team was different. If only their defense wasn't badly injured like they were. And then we beat the Ravens, the top dogs, the best team in the league. If we can beat the Ravens, we can beat the Niners. Like, it's like I said, it's going to be a tough game, but I think we can do it. I think Patrick's going to want to get his third ring. Kelsey's going to get his third ring. A lot of superstars in this game. A lot of star players. A lot of personality. I hope no one talks shit to Debo because I feel like every time someone talks shit to Debo, the Niners somehow win the game, and Debo has a huge game. So Snead, McDuffie, do not say anything to Debo and Twitter. Just keep your mouth shut. We don't want to give them any fire, give them any motivation. But yeah, who do you guys think is going to win this game? Who do you guys want to win this game? Let me know down in the comments below. I have faith in us that we're going to take this dub. Come on, baby. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button. Hey, hit the like button only if you think the Chiefs are going to win this game. But anyways, guys, y'all, I'll be back again with another video. See y'all. Peace.